Watch out!
Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm JotoJonny here, and I have been absolutely addicted to a little game called Ooblets. Now, what is Ooblets? Let me tell you, Ooblets is a PAL collection, part farming simulator, part turn-based RPG. It is so fun. There's so many aspects of it that keep me engaged, and I'm here to tell you all about it. So, I know you want to ask, the first question is, what are the Ooblets themselves? Well, think Pokemon. I mean, they're just like little Pokemon. They're a little more simplistic in design, sure, but they're still really cute and some really creative designs overall, even still. And honestly, I absolutely adore these little buggers. They are so fun to just carry around with me all around the towns, and it's just so satisfying every time I get a new one. They are really cute designs in my opinion. Some of you may disagree, but that is up to taste. I know some people didn't like the designs in Temtem, and speaking of Temtem, I should be playing Temtem more right now, but I started Ooblets first, so I've been playing Ooblets more. I promise I will get back onto the Temtem streams eventually. But back to Ooblets. What do these Ooblets play into the gameplay? Why should we collect them, other than the fact that they're really cute? Well, they help us in the other aspects of the game, being the turn-based RPG and the farming simulator. You can collect these Ooblets, and they will come out and they will help you farm. They will walk around with you. You can dress them up. It is so fun, and all the accessories fit on all the Ooblets, so that means they programmed these for, gosh, I don't know, there's a lot of Ooblets in this game. I don't know how many there are exactly, but there are so many. I haven't gotten that far and I've seen so many already. Now, the dialogue in Ooblets is so fun and so hilarious. The way the camera pans every time you're having a conversation with the NPCs is so hilarious to me. And the sounds that they make and the little head bobs that they do, I can't stress enough how much joy it brings me to play this game, just seeing all the little animations from the Ooblets and the characters, and the art style. The art style is great as well. I'm a huge fan of this kind of art style. It reminds me of, if any of you have played A Short Hike, where it's very simplistic. You can tell the developers aren't very good at making high quality models, or maybe don't have the budget to make these high quality models, but they make it work with this simplistic art style. And oh my gosh, the music too. The music goes a long way in selling this game. I absolutely adore the music in Ooblets. There are so many tracks to it, and each one is super fun. There's like this divide between relaxing and just engaging and exciting that the game seems to bridge with every track. It's really amazing, honestly. The gameplay is smooth, the animations are smooth. I haven't really experienced a hitch in the performance of the game. Now, speaking of the performance of the game though, is the turn-based RPG fun? I'm sure you're asking about that aspect of the game. Yes, the turn-based RPG elements of the game are fun. They take place as dance battles, so they're not proper battles, so it's a little less questionable, you know, what you're doing with these cute little creatures. But you do these dance battles with your Ooblets, and each Ooblet has a special aspect to themselves that will help you in your duel against other Ooblets. And other Ooblet tamers, I guess you would call them, or Ooblet masters. No, that sounds a little weird. But yeah, you can get these different Ooblets and use different strategies depending on the Ooblets you're using in the turn-based RPG sections when you do the dance-offs. And it is so fun and satisfying. You have to build your hype. You have two different things. You have hype levels, and then you have your point system. And the hype helps you get more points, but there's also like anti-hype, I forget what it's called, and that can like make you earn less points for everything that you do. It's really interesting. You have to play your cards right, literally. They take place as cards. And it's very satisfying to win one of these battles. And they get harder and harder as you go, obviously. I promise there is some challenge here. I actually lost for the first time today. I haven't gotten very far, like I said, but I lost for the first time today. And I'd say it's fairly early on in the game to be losing a match, and I did. So yeah, if you're looking for a fun turn-based RPG with cute little monsters, this is definitely a game that can satisfy that. Now, there is another big aspect to the game, and that is the farming, obviously. So I'm sure you're also wondering, is the farming fun? And I would say yes, the farming is fun. It's satisfying, but the stamina meter does hold it back, especially towards the beginning of the game. I will admit, I have been feeling very satisfied from my progression because you get to earn more stamina, you get to find more ways to save your stamina, such as buying sprinklers for your farm, and a few other things that you can get along the way too, like fishing equipment. But for the most part, I will say the stamina meter definitely gives me a little bit of stress when playing this, and I'm not sure if that little bit of stress is a good thing in a game that is all about me relaxing with some cute pals. But maybe it is a good thing. Maybe I do need a little bit of gaminess to my game, you know? Something that reminds me that I do need to, I don't know, manage resources or something. And speaking of managing resources, the inventory is another small issue that I had with this game. It is a small inventory that you get, especially towards the beginning. Now, I've been growing it more, but even still, it gets filled up easily. And there was one glitch that I had where I filled up my pouch and I couldn't move one of the items because the game created an extra item slot when someone gave me an item that filled it past what I could have. And when that happened, I couldn't get out of the menu and I was forced to close the game. I looked up every possible avenue that I could do instead, and there was nothing. Now, I was super lucky because the game auto-saves, and it auto-saved right before I went into my inventory. I actually don't know if this was a fix for this glitch, was just making sure the game saves before you go into your inventory or not. I have no idea. Or maybe it saves when you get an extra item slot in your bag than what you previously had. I have no idea, but it is kind of scary that someone might lose their save data over this. I don't know if there was a fix for this in proper or not, but as far as I know, I wouldn't risk it if I were you. So pay attention if you play this game not to get an extra item in your inventory and try to move it around. Go straight to your storage box if you have one with room in your house, and make sure you deposit it there. There are customization options in the game too, by the way. I should mention that. Speaking of the house, you can grow your house, you can decorate your house, which I've barely done. That's really been like the farthest thing on my mind while playing this game, only because it is one of the more pricey things, and I've been trying to build up a more steady base for making money in the game. And I do that with also making sure that I'm getting blueprints to craft new things that will help me farm more and help me make more money, which I highly recommend. You can also dress up your character in fun clothes. There's actually quite a bit of awesome options here that you can do. There's a lot of witchy aesthetics in the game, and I really like that. As someone who is a big fan of witches and Halloween, I really love this, especially since we are kind of coming up towards spooky season here. But yeah, the only negative that I've really found with the game the biggest negative that I found with the game, and it's only one aspect, is the resource management, you know, the small inventory, your stamina meter. It all comes down to resource management, I would say. Just feeling like there's not enough. Even though you've been playing for a while, sure, I haven't gotten that far, but I still feel like maybe I should be farther. I do still get a sense of satisfaction from growing it, but there's a little bit of stress associated with it, and there's backtracking because of it. Like, you have to switch out ooblets sometimes too, not just items and other things, and the way that you switch those out is by running to different ends of the town. And this gets especially tedious when you start unlocking more areas. Now, again, I haven't played that far into it. I've only unlocked one more area so far, and there looks to be at least 2 more beyond this. But every time I go there, like, I don't have a hub that I can deposit things in, so I have to go all the way back and deal with loading screens to go back to my house in the first area, and that's just, you know, not the best design. There might be a solution for this when I get further into the game, but as far as I know now, that isn't the case, so that could possibly be another detriment to someone who wants to play the game. Either way, all in all, 95 to 99.9% of this game is super fun, super charming, and I highly recommend that you guys play it if you were into creature collection, you know, pal collection, whatever you want to call it, and if you're into turn-based RPGs with cute aesthetics, maybe. The art style is similar to Temtem, the charm is similar to Pokemon. I would say go ahead and get this game if you're contemplating it. Odds are you're gonna enjoy it. So I've been JotoJonny. I hope you enjoyed me talking about this little game I've been addicted to so heavily the last week or two. And I will catch you all in the next video. Stick around the channel if you want to see more. Peace out, everybody.